Andariki namaskaramulu. Today is the third day of our classes on Sanaatana Dharma, Shodasa Samskarams. We will start the session with Vande Mataram and Prarthana. I'll request Chala Chittibabu Garu to recite Vande Mataram, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Supalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Suprajosna pulakitayamini pullakusumita drumadala shobhini suhasini sumadhura bhashini sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now I request Venkateswarrao garu to chant Prarthana, please.
Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. 1 minute for meditation. Start with Omkaram 3 times. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigim Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamasramastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anah Srunvannuti Viseda Sadhanam. Om Sri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajanivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu. Om Sri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Naguro Paramam Sisurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru Gnananam Damayam Devam Nirmala Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivamupaasmahe Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Samskaram Loka Samskaram Samskaram Samkaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavam Tau Punaha Isvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Asatoma Sadgamaya तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम शांति शांति शांतिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांतिः శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః.
ధన్యవాదములండి వెంకటేశ్వరరావు గారు, ధన్యవాదములు. Now we'll go with the webinar. We'll request Visalakshi garu to continue the webinar, please.
ओम श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः. ओम श्री पार्वती राजराजेश्वराभ्यां नमः. ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम शिवाय गुरवे नमः. ओम नमः शिवाय च नमः शिवाय. ओम नमः शिवाय. रत्नाकर धौतपदां हिमालय किरीटिनीं ब्रह्मराजर्षि रत्नाढ्यां वंदे भारत मातरम्. Yesterday we are speaking about the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma and how it became very great, and we are speaking about Maharshis, Siddhasramas and all. So the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma lies in our uninterrupted knowledge, the Jnana Sampada. Since time immemorial, our Sanatana Dharma is existing, facing so many invasions. Bhaktiar Khilji burnt into ashes nearly 1,10,00,000 of our Sanatana Grantha, Jnana Granthas, Sanatana Dharma Jnana Granthas and Talapatra Granthas and manuscripts at Takshashila, which all of us are aware, and which burnt actually for continuously nearly 3 months' time. We can imagine. So many foreigners wanted to destroy our culture and our knowledge. They took away some of them took away our granthas to their countries. At least that is a little better. So because they studied, they developed respect towards our country and our also. And many of them demolished and damaged our granthas, our temples, our devata vigrahas, and ruthlessly they killed our scholars, pandits, intellectuals, and Veda pandits, Ghanapatis and all, and the best teachers of those days. British people tried to completely remove our Sanatana Dharmika way of life itself, our Samskruti itself, and Samskruta Bhasha on which depends our culture. And they also destroyed the Gurukula Vidya Vidhana type of education also, and introduced their English language and wrote our history according to their will and wish, and made our people study that. So for nearly 300 years, our people studied that same history. So many of our Bharatiyas underwent Bhavadasya, which should be removed at least now. They are in a sort of fantasy. They are thinking that it is due to Britishers that we are leading such a civilized, happy life and all. That is how they have molded our minds and polluted. So many of our Bharatiyas could not even recognize the damage done to us, to our Sanatana Dharma, to our Bhasha, our way of life, and our real happiness by such foreign invasions and British rule. So many of our leaders also, those who ruled after getting our independence also, they are under the grip of such feelings only, and they also could not recognize the greatness of our own culture and mountain-like knowledge and our Samskrita Bhasha, so they put that aside. Though many Shastras have been rooted out by burning the Granthas, etc., though out of 1131 or 32 Shakas, branches of our Vedas, only 11 Shakas are remaining now at present. That is, we can imagine how much vast knowledge and how many hundreds of Shastras and Vidyas have been burnt away, looted away, and damaged in due course of time. We do not know how, but we lost all of them. And now, out of the branches, 11 which are remaining now, only 7 branches are being taught by Guru Sishya Parampara. So, even for this small knowledge, which is existing now at present with us in our Bharata Desha, foreigners are wonderstruck, and they kept actually, due to the knowledge, the intellectual discourses of Upanishadic Vangmaya, they got astonished and they considered our Bharat Desha, our philosophy, Tattvika, Tattva Darshana, and people, us at the topmost part and at Gurusthana, and they are respecting a lot. In fact, due to our this knowledge of Upanishads and the part of Vedas remaining and Shastras and even Ramayana, Bharata and all also, they are very wonderstruck at that knowledge. At least now it is time for all Bharatiyas, all of us, to arise from that slumber of ignorance and Atma Nyunata Bhava, and thinking wrongly, as the world is thinking that every invention took place only by foreigners. In fact, all these, those which they thought they are inventing, all the roots of all these are there in our Vedas. And even then, the world does not know. And even us Bharatiyas also do not know. Even if we keep our Vedas and Vaidika Vangmaya aside, even then the greatest scholars who were born and who are taking birth now also in our country, who studied Vedas and taking the slokas of Shastra Granthas as the roots and the mantras that which are remaining from those Vedas, taking the mantras from them, they have developed many Siddhantas, many Shastras. Even in the medieval age and modern age also, they are doing researches. But none of them were recognized. That is, people could not recognize the originality of our country and our great sages and sage-like noble people who have invented these Shastras and gave this knowledge to the world with respect to so many subjects, which we will touch now. So, they gave noble praises, the world people, they gave noble praises and all to only foreigners and not to us, even though we are the first people and they are secondary. Even then, world is unaware of it. Our great personalities, Bodhayana gave Ganita Shastra theorems. He invented pi, which is in our Shulba Shastras. Then later Pythagoras spoke about pi. For pi, they speak of Pythagoras, but they do not know Bodhayana. Our Aryabhatta invented the value of pi. Aryabhatta is the great astrologer, astronomer, physicist, and mathematician. He wrote Aryabhattiya. He spoke about decimal system, number theory, geometry, trigonometry, algebra, etc. It is he who invented zero. Sunna, we say that zero is invented by us, which is there in our Vedas. After Aryabhatta, Brahmagupta came, and Brahmagupta wrote in that direction only and spoke about Sputa Siddhanta. The great Ganitaveta Bhaskaracharya, he gave to humanity arithmetics, Bija Ganitam, that is algebra, and the sphere system and Graha Ganita, mathematics of planets and Graha Golas and all. And our Jaina Guru Mahavira Tirthankaras, they say for Jaina people. So he also contributed a lot to mathematics. He wrote a book, Ganita Sara Sangraha. Our Maharshis contributed a lot to the knowledge in manifold, to Vedanta, Tarka, ontology, physiology, zoology, geology, and arithmetic. So many, all types of branches of education which we are studying now. A Maharshi by name Kanada, who wrote Vaiseshika Siddhanta. He maintained his life just by picking up the grains that have fallen on the ground in the fields after the farmers completely took away that crops and all. So the grains he has picked up and led his life eating only those grains. So because he is Kanan Atti iti Kanadaha, he became famous by name Kanada. And also people call him Kanada because he spoke about kanas. Kana means atoms. Anusiddhanta was in fact invented by him, we can say. He is the root cause of inventing Anu bombs, also atom bombs. So these Anusiddhanta roots are seen in our Vaiseshika Darshana, one of Shaddarsanas. Now, he was the first person to speak this atomic theory, which modern people are calling. Later to him came Varaha Mihira, a very great person. He did researches on hydrology, ecology, and astrology. He's a great astrologer. He wrote Bruhat Samhita, which is authority for us now at present also. Later, Nagarjuna came. Nagarjuna did most astonishing research in chemistry. He tried to change metals to gold. He is a great metallurgical, he got the knowledge of all metals. Metallurgy, they say, I think. Our Vemana Sataka, everybody knows. Our Vemana wrote Vemana Sataka and became famous, but he could get success in changing the metals, any metal, into gold through Parasuveda Vidya. Parasuvedi is a Vidya which is given to us in our Vedas. So through that process, he could achieve and he got success, though the scientists could not succeed. In the field of mathematics, our Bharatiya stood first. Ayurveda is the first medical science, we can say, and Atreya Maharshi and Charaka Maharshi. Charaka Maharshi wrote Charaka Samhita. They brought Ayurveda Vidya from heaven to earth. From actually Brahmadeva gave this to Aswini Devatas. From Aswini Devatas, Narada Maharshi always gains the knowledge. Then from Aswini Devatas directly Charaka Maharshi, that is Adisesha. Adisesha gained that knowledge, and Adisesha, assuming the form of a human being, wandered all over the earth and spread this Ayurveda among human beings, mankind. So he is called as Charaka. Because he wandered, he is called as Charaka, I think. So, and Susruta was in fact, he is the father of surgery. He is most famous for surgery in the world itself. Nobody can surpass him even now. He wrote Susruta Samhita. Our Patanjali Maharshi, who wrote Yoga Shastra, he wrote Yoga Darshana, one of Shaddarsanas. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, they play most important role in physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health, balancing of all our sense organs, mind, antarindriya, and all. So by following them and by doing pranayama, pratyahara, etc., that Ashtanga Yoga Marga, one can get highest knowledge, keeping up the body in a fit condition, and can get moksha. They can get the highest knowledge. pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, they say, to reach that samadhi sthiti, one should follow all these asanas. Our Jagat Guru Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada, he is really the most, we consider him to be the incarnation of Parameswara, Lord Shiva himself. So he is unimaginable, great, that is the methods which he possesses can never be possessed by any human being born at any time in all past, present and future. So he got such methods, such a great treasure of our Sanatana Dharma, and he did such a work which all of us are aware, which can never be done by any human being at any time, and he gave a vast knowledge to us. And the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma is there in our Vaidika Vangmaya, in our Maharshis, holy rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Krishna, Tungabhadra, etc., all rivers, and our sages like Valmiki Maharshi, Vedavyasa Maharshi, Gautama Maharshi, Bharadwaja, Vasishta, Viswamitra, Jamadagni, Rishikesringa, Chavana, Shamika, Kasyapa, etc., so many Maharshis. There is a very great book, 108 Maharshis. We can know about all 108 Maharshis through that book. And all these Maharshis who always protected the entire mankind and the world also with the power of their penance. Then Siddhasramas and Tapo Bhumis are there, Deva Bhumis are there at Sri Saila, Himalaya, Naimisaranya, and so many other places. Divya Kshetras like Kashi, Gaya, Prayaga, Srisela, Srikalahasti, Venkateswara, that is Tirupati, Tirumala, then Badrinath, Kedarnath, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Dwadasha Jyotirlingas, Ashtadasha Shakti Peethas, where actually Vishwa Chaitanya, that transcendental power, Parabrahma Shakti, is focused and established, by which we can receive that power. So, Sri Mahavishnu, when came to earth taking avatars, he did penance at certain places, and Maharshis performed penance. When Naranarayanas also did penance also at sacred places, and because they did penances, those places became so spiritually powerful, and they became Siddha Bhumis. Even if ordinary people go there and do a little meditation or japa, they can get siddhi. Such is the power of even the land where they did. So, there are Chiranjeevis in our pious motherland. All of them are protecting our Sanatana Dharma. That is why throughout these lakhs of years and thousands of years and 2 crores of years, our Sanatana Dharma is withstanding, even though so many obstacles, hindrances are coming, it is still remaining and will remain forever, but we should be putting it into practice, having faith and honor for our Dharma. Even in our present age also, there are several great people who are protecting our Sanatana Dharma. They are Trimatacharyas, Adi Shankara Bhagavad, they are Jagat Gurus. Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Vallabhacharya, and so many other noble great people, and also Paramacharya and Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Arunachala, Ramana Maharshi, and so many others are there, and Vallabhacharya, etc. And their Sishya Paramparas, and Swami Vidyaranya, then Samartha Ramadasa, then so many other great noble people, and our Paramacharya, Swami Chandrasekharendra, Saraswati Swami, etc. Innumerable great people. They are all that, and all the Jagat Gurus of all 5 Peethas established by our Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada. All of them are protecting our Sanatana Dharma. Actually, our Sanatana Dharma is there in us, in the very blood of all Bharatiyas, and in our thoughts, in our behavior, in our way of life. So we are practicing it, and with efforts we should practice, knowing that Jnatva Karmani Kurvita, they say. So, and because Bharata, there are 3 Bharatas in our Sanatana Dharma. See, Jada Bharata was there, Jada Bharata is there. Then the son of Sekuntala and Dushyanta, another second Bharata is there. Then Bharata, brother of Sri Ramachandra. Though 3 Bharatas are there, our country, Bharata Desha, is named by the name of Jada Bharat, by the name of Bharata, of son of Dushyanta and Sekuntala. Many people are thinking that Jada Bharatas, by on the name of Jada Bharata, our country is called because he was the first person in our hierarchy with the name Bharata. But Sekuntala, Dushyanta's son, Sarvadamana, he ruled our country. His name is Bharata. So our country became Bharata Varsha, Bharata Desha. And also because in the very beginning, we thought that Bha means to shine, Rata means to get enjoyment. So all those who enjoy, who got the knowledge of Brahman, who got lustrous knowledge, most shining wisdom, they are all Bharatiyas. So because we got the Brahma Jnana in us, we are Bharatiyas. So such is the greatness of our country and ourselves. Then 5th point is actually what is Dharma. What is Dharma? We can say Dharatiti Dharmaha, Dharyate iti Dharmaha. We should analyze sharply this word and know actually what is Dharma. We can see, learnt that Satya and Dharma are both the sides of same coin. Yesterday in the previous class I said. Now regarding what is Dharma, sages defined and explained in many ways. So Vedas also spoke about Dharma. Puranas, Itihasa, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam also, Bhagavata Dharma is there. Then all Dharma Shastras and Kavya Natakas also. And even in several Subhashitas and in our Sahitya, several definitions are given to our Dharma. What is Dharma? Why it is called as Dharma? How it is maintaining the entire universe and the entire mankind world. So, the word Dharma came from the root Dhru Dhara, means to bear, Dharati. Dharana Dharma ityahuhu. Dharmo dharayate prajaha. Because it is bearing the entire universe, the world, the nature, human beings, living creatures, it is called as Dharma. By which power this whole universe is being maintained, the movable and immovable, that is Savarajangamatmaka Prakriti. So the entire mankind is being is living very happily due to the Rutam, the natural law. Yesterday we spoke about this. Even that is part of Dharma. And every human being is having his Dharma, nature is having its Dharma. Dharma is actually a status. It is a status, a system by which the system of maintaining the world and mankind society will not get disturbed, will not be broken. That is called as Dharma. It is Dharma by which the society is being maintained. The livelihood of all human beings and living creatures is being maintained, is called as Dharma. What is actually Satya? We say Trikala Abhathitam Satyam. That which is Abhathita, which is not disturbed by Trikalas, Bhuta, Bhavishyad and Vartamana. That which never changes with the change of either time or place or person, that is Satya. So the Satya and Dharma are protecting the entire universe and we have to follow them. Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. Vada means to speak, we should speak Satya. There the Satya means is. Sat means to be. Satya means that which is. And also which is Sat and Ya means to go. Sat means to be. So that which exists as it is eternally is Satya. That which moves and changes with the change of place, time, person, etc. in a particular way. Even that is Satya. And also Upanishad says, Tyatta Satcha Tyatcha Satyam Abhavat. That is the Murta and Amurta. Prithvi, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, Panchabhutas are there. Out of them, 3 are Murta, having the form. Prithvi, Apas, Teja, they are visible to us. Akasha and Vayu, Vayu and Akasha, they are not visible. They do not have form. So, this is Satya, that which is visible and invisible. This is given in Upanishads. So, for any object, it got its own natural traits, that is called as Dharma. So, when God created this universe to maintain this properly, God created such a certain course of conduct, rules, which I said, Rutam. So, such rules and restrictions should be followed by nature, by all living beings. That is called as Dharma. To maintain equanimity in nature, to follow the rules of nature, God created certain rules to be followed for every type of, that is for human beings, different laws, Dharma. Then for nature, for animals, like that. So certain rules and code of conduct is there. So those rules are called as Dharma. In fact, Paramatma created this entire universe, created human beings, gave free willpower to us to think properly and do and enjoy this nature. But the whole nature is as if it is a box and a lock is there. He has locked it and gave the key to us human beings in the form of Veda, in the form of Shastras. So utilizing our intelligence with the key in the form of the sayings of Vedas, Shastras and all, we should open the lock of universe and enjoy. So that is we should lead the life according to our Sanaatana Dharma, according to the teachings of Shastras. Then we can get liberated, we can enjoy happily also, but no sin comes to us. So actually, suppose when a machine is invented, the inventor of the machine, when we purchase a washing machine or something, fridge or TV or something, they give us a manuscript, the rules how to use that. So if we follow those rules, we can use that machine properly and get benefited. Similarly, it is with the nature and creation also, with this Prakriti also. So Paramatma gave us the way of life which can be easily, happily followed by the core of conduct given in Shastras and lead happily and finally reach Paramatma from where we have come. So the Dharma is Veda. That is called Veda Dharma. Also we can say that is Veda Dharma, Vaidika Dharma, Dharma. Dharma means actually Sanaatana Dharma only. There is no other Dharma. This is the key given by God to all of us to enjoy with the bliss, eternal happiness. The word Dharma got several meanings, in fact. It is so vast, in fact. This word, just as Sanaatana Dharma is very vast, even the word Dharma is also manifold. It got several faces, several facets, then several points of views, drukkonas we say. It got several ways to be explained clearly. So Dharma, we say Dharma is Punya. Then also we say Dharma is Nyaya, Satya, Niti, etc. With such words also sometimes we use and interconnect. These are all part and parcel of Dharma only. Morals, Naitika Viluvas we say. Dharma means Yajna Charana, Swadharma Charana, then Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is Dharma. Dharma itself is Paramatma. Lord Vishnu says he is Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. So God is called as Dharma. Dharmo hi Vishwasya Jagataha Pratishta. The name and fame of the world is Dharma. That is, they are dependent on Dharma. If we follow dharma, we can get name and fame, happiness, Aishwarya, and even moksha, everything we can get. We should be very careful in distinguishing dharma with adharma, because sometimes only a hair break difference will be there between dharma and adharma. So adharma is sometimes mistaken to be dharma. So shastra vihita karma charana is dharma. Shastra nishiddha karma charana is adharma. We should be very careful in identifying this. Our Shastra says, Dharmo hi Vishwasya Jagata Pratishta. Loke dharmishtam praja upasarpanti. Dharmena papam apanudati. Dharme sarvam pratishtitam. Tasmat dharmam paramam vadanti. So that is why dharma is called as parama, because all the Vedas are established in dharma. So by following dharma, we become free from sin. If at all we did any wrong deeds and acquired papa. So thus Veda spoke that for all dharmas, ordinary dharmas, the eternal dharma is Adhara. That is Paramatma is Adhara. In this world, people approach dharmikas, those who are aware of dharma, a person who knows and who is putting into practice that dharma. So by practicing clear away the sins and will attain punya and thereby higher lokas, and by knowledge they can get liberated. So dharma is dharme sarvam pratishtitam. Everything is established in dharma. So all great and noble people become ready to live even their lives, all their properties, kingdoms and everything, even wife and children also, they become ready to sacrifice, but they never leave their dharma, they never leave their satya nishtha. Such is the greatness of our ancestors. Like Satya Harishchandra, Shiva Chakravarti, Bali Chakravarti, Nala Maharaja, and so many people. Rama is Dharmo Vigrahavan, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Then Dharmaraja says, Dharmaraja is an embodiment of Dharma. To practice Dharma is the very nature of Dharmaraja. So such great people are there. People lost their properties, kingdoms, everything. We know all these stories. So dharma alone is eternal. The fruit of dharma is eternal. Actually, why we should practice dharma is for the sake of maintaining life here happily and to get hereafter and to get moksha. So it's very essential for us. And also each and every bhuta, panchabhutas, they got their own nature, their own dharmas. Each and every article of the nature, any object, vastu is also having its dharma. Even all of us are having dharmas. There are srishti dharma, prakriti dharma, vastu dharma, jiva dharma, vyakti dharma, then atma dharma, then so many other dharmas we can say. That we can achieve what all we have to enjoy and achieve here and hereafter and mukti, etc. All these can be achieved only by satya and dharma. Nannaya Bhattaraka, he is considered as Adi Kavi for Telugu. He is the first Kavi of Kavitrayam in Telugu who translated Vyasa Bharatam into Telugu. So he translated some part of Mahabharata, Adi Sabha Parvas, and a part of Aranya Parva. He wrote a very nice Telugu poem in Telugu in Bharata about Dharmam. Dharmajnulaina Purushulu Dharmamunaku Kidu Seyu Dharmamunendun Dharmamuga Madi Talacharu Dharmame Sarvambunaku Hitambuga Valayun. The meaning is easy. So those who are aware of Dharma, they never consider that dharma as dharma which does harm to dharma. So dharma should always be protected, and it always benefits. It gives benefit to those who practice it. Then dharma sanjayate hyartho, dharmat kamo bhijayate. dharma eva apavargaya tasmat dharmam samacharet. We follow dharma. By following dharma, we can get dharma sanjayatehi arthaha. Artha means wealth, artha means prayojana. The very purpose. We can gain the purpose of doing works by following dharma, not by unrighteous means. By dharma, the kama can be obtained. Dharma is the very cause of getting even moksha. That is why one should always follow dharma. The same idea is given in another very good sloka which all of us are aware. Dharmad arthak prapavati, dharmat prapavate sukham, dharmena lapate sarvam, dharmasaram idam jagat. So Manu Dharma Shastra says that dharma eva hato hanti, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Tasmat dharmo na hantavyo, mano dharmo hatovati. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha is taken from this as a sign of our emblem in Bharat Desha. So this is the dictum for us. If we destroy dharma, that is, if we do not follow dharma, it destroys us. If we protect dharma, that is, if we follow dharma and practice it, it protects us. Therefore, at any circumstances, we should not let dharma get destroyed. We should always follow dharma and protect it. Now, sixth point is, how many varieties of dharmas are there? Dharma is of manifold and it has many faces, we say. There are several dharmas. There are Shashvata dharmas, that is eternal dharmas, which never change. They are eternal. They are Satyam, Dharmam, Samata, Prema, Ahimsa, etc. Then there are certain dharmas which change with the change of time, place, person, and conditions. It depends upon the conditions also. So at some place, it may be dharma. The same dharma may not be applicable to a different place. The place where it is very hot, some dharmas are there. The place where it is very cold, dharmas are different like that. So dharma of one person may not be dharma of other person. Depending upon his situations, that is dharma to him. So each individual should do his own dharma while doing the common dharmas. And also, in fact, Desha Bhakti is the most important dharma. And the religion or mata, whatever people are calling nowadays, in whichever dharmic way of life we took birth, it is our prime duty to protect that dharma. So all these are dharmas. Dharmas to one person may not be same to other person, but all these are common. So common dharmas are there, Shashvata dharmas are there, Vyashti dharmas are there, Ritam is there. So there are Sanaatana, in Sanaatana dharma, there are so many common dharmas, Samanya dharmas we can say. All these Samanya dharmas are common to each and everyone, whereas Vishesha dharmas are different. Vyakti dharmas are different. And Mahabharata, it gives a in a very lengthy manner about all these dharmas. Several stories are there. In fact, speaking about apad dharma sukshmas, some incidents, they appear as if they are adharma, but we should know that dharma sukshma, which exists in that, that is not adharma, that is dharma, but outwardly it appears as if it is adharma. So there are apad dharmas, dharma sukshmas, manava dharmas, then prakriti dharmas, sharira dharmas, sharirika dharmas, then vyashti dharmas, samishti dharmas, swadharmas, then paradharmas. Swadharme nidhanam sreyaha paradharmo hayavaha, says Sri Krishna Paramatma. So all these dharmas are there. We should know thoroughly all these dharmas and follow them in our lives. So Atma Dharma is very important among all these dharmas. Tyajed ekam kulasyarthe, gramasyarthe kulam tyajed, gramam janapadasyarthe, atmartham prithivim tyajed, they say. So to keep up our Atma Dharma, that is in elevating our soul to reach divinity. Whatever hindrances come in that spiritual way, we can eliminate them, because Atma Dharma is the best. So, actually, Sri Krishna Paramatma spoke about all Daivasra Vibhaga Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. All Sattvika Gunas are there. So, if we develop those Sattvika Gunas, we automatically follow our Swadharma only. And also, he said, Buddhared Atman Atmanam, Natmanam Avasadayet, Atmeva Hyatmano Bandhur, Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaka. One should be very careful, and he himself is a friend to him and foe to him, enemy to him, because the mind is very fickle, though buddhi is fixed, of course. So seeing the lust, the mind is always wavering. It is always having lust and desires to enjoy the worldly articles, objects, vishayas, we say. So whenever whatever the thing is seen, the mind goes there, and the mind tempts the indriya, sense organs. And sometimes even the buddhi, though the person knows buddhi is antaratma, we say, is saying that that is not proper, that is not good. Even then, this mind is so powerful that manayeva manushyanam karanam banthamokshayok. So the mind should be controlled. The mind makes a person become slave to these things and ruin the life. The great opportunity given to us being born as human beings. So we should be very careful. We should try to elevate our soul and get merged with Brahman and become Jivan Muktas in this very life. So to get Dehatma, because 99% 9 people are always of the opinion that Deha itself is, I means we say the name, the family in which we are born, the greatness, the positions, our degrees we acquired, etc. All these, but they are all not at all I. I is completely different. So these are all upadhis, these are all different covers which are covering us and hiding us. So we should leave all of them, and we should recognize what am I, and I should be merged with that I. This individual I should be merged with universal I, Paramatma. So we must have Atma and Atma Viveka. That can be possessed only by following Dharma and Satya. So the Jiva Bhava should get vanished. Then only one can get the real Viveka. And by Viveka, one develops Vairagya, by which one can get real knowledge. So that is the cause of our behavior for this mind itself. So in Sivananda Lahari, Adi Shankara Bhagavad gave several poems about this mind, how it is fickle, how it is to be tackled, and how it is to be kept at the feet of Parameswara, Paramatma. So buddhi is always, of course, works properly. Samsayatmika manaha nischayatmika buddhihi, they say. So what is to be done and what is not to be done, buddhi always says to each and everyone. So Atma Prabodha we should listen and follow to our own Atma Prabodha and do Dharma. So if all of us are aware of what is Dharma and follow Dharma, we can lead life happily here and hereafter and can get moksha also. So these are the, and I think I already spoke about this. Mirabai, she left everything for her own Atma Dharma, which is her devotion towards Pandarinatha. That so many people are there. So the eternal laws framed by God can never be changed. They are called, that is the Niyati, we say, Shastra says that is the Niyati. So it is called as Rutam with regard to nature, and with regard to world, nature and human beings, living creatures, it is called as Dharma. So about which we knew a little now. So due to Rutam, the natural Niyati, the Rutam only, sun, moon, stars, galaxies, earth, Panchabhutas, all of them are in their own kakshas, and they are moving in their own kakshas where they have to move. They are not moving hither thither. They are doing all their duties sincerely. Ritus, the seasons are coming one after another. Every day, day and night are coming one after another. Like that, all this is there. Panchabhutas are working properly. This is all due to niyati, due to rutam. Upanishad says, Pishatmad Vata Pavate, Pishodeti Suryaha, Hayad Indrascha Agnischa, Mrityur Dhavati Panchamaha, Kathopanishad says. So, it is with the Shasana Phaya of Paramatma, all the gods of Dikpalakas and all directions, and everybody, sun, moon, etc., all of them are doing their duties. Even the fire god, it is the very nature of fire to move upwards and to possess luster and heat. That is the nature, that is the dharma of Agni. The dharma of water is to be cool. Jadayatiti jalam, we say. It makes the limbs very numb if we keep in very cool water. Prithayati iti prithvi, because the earth is extensive, expanding. It is prithvi. So prithvi got the sahana shakti, we say. So it is the nature of prithvi to bear everything and to bear the burden of everything. And mountains also are there. They are there only. They are not moving hither to the ocean, rivers. They are not crossing the banks of rivers. So etc. All these are dharmas only. And dharma sukshmas, to protect a big dharma. If a small dharma is violated, that can be called as dharma, that is dharma sukshma or apad dharma. Aswathama hataha, Dharmaraja said loudly, and Kunjaraha, he said with low voice. That is apad dharma, because he did not do on his own accord. It is Sri Krishna Paramatma, who is God, Lord Narayana himself, who instructed him to say this word, because Dronacharya, the time has over for Dronacharya, he should leave the body and go away. So that is the Dharma Sutra. We should not say Dharmaraja told the lie. Even for that small single facet of lie, as if it appears, Dharmaraja has to visit Naraka, they say. That is not adharma at all, because he did according to the words of Paramatma. So Sri Krishna Paramatma is in himself Dharma Swarupa. Whatever he says is Dharma, that cannot be adharma at all. So when Sumanta is taking Sri Ramachandra, Sita Rama Lakshmanas to forest for living 14 years in the forest, according to the either wish of Dasharatha Maharaja, or not, maybe due to Kaikeyi and the Dasharatha Maharaja. Then when Sumanta is taking them, Dasharatha Maharaja from backside behind, he says, "Oh Sumanta, please don't carry them to forest, don't take Rama, Lakshmana and all. You please bring them. I cannot live without Rama. You stop chariot and turn back." Thus he cried several times and shouted. Even then, Sumanta saw the face of Ramachandra and said, "What shall I do? Shall I go back?" Then he said, "No, you move forward." Then Sumanta questioned, "Suppose I return, when I return, then your father, the king, may question me, even though I commanded you to come back, why you did not come?" Because the command of the king should always be followed by every individual, every citizen. Then Ramachandra said, in the sound of the chariot and the other sounds, I could not listen. You can say, if at all he questions. So what we should not say that Ramachandra told a lie or asked that person to tell a lie. That's not like that. Ramachandra is having such a nishta that he wants to keep his father in such a nishta. So according to the words of his father only, he is moving to the forest. So out of moha, out of love for him, due to infatuation, when his father is asking to come back, if he comes back, he is violating dharma and satya. So to follow dharma, one has to bear sufferings. So that is the Dharma Sukshma we should understand. So that is why Rama became Vigrahavan Dharma. So by following this Dharma, we can lead the life happily here, and when Dharma is protected, the nature is protected, the entire universe is protected. When Dharma is violated, such troubles are coming, just as we are facing now at present in the world and in our country also. So to stand on Satyanishta is Dharma Sukshma. So in the nature, rivers, ocean, everything, they are all following the dharmas. Panchaputas are following dharmas. Then we are all following dharma. Then actually, Bhartrihari said a very beautiful poem. Paropakaraya vahanti najyaha, paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha, paropakaraya duhanti gavaha, paropakarartham idam shariram. Even this is a part of dharma only, to be benevolent, to help others, to do good to others. So God gave us, actually, gods have their dharma, and the dharma of gods is, whenever any human beings or any living creatures, any of us, if we do any meditation or penance, deep penance, and when gods are being satisfied by our penance and appear in front of us, it is their duty to give us boons. Unless favoring the devotee, the God cannot leave that place. That is the dharma of gods, duty of gods. And also when we are doing yajnas and offerings, their havir bhagas, and when gods are taking the havir bhagas, it is their duty to do benefit to mankind and nature by proper rains, like that. That is their dharma. And animals have, of course, their own dharma. And in fact, the nature is strictly following its dharma. All birds and beasts are following their dharmas, except human beings. We can say human beings, some of them are very dharmikas and following the dharmas. That is why this world is being maintained. But most of the human beings, especially at Kali Yuga, at this place, they are not following the real dharma, either Shasvata dharmas or Vyashti dharma, Samishti dharma. They are not at all following and creating havoc in the society and looting people and creating suffering to many of us. So Rutam is there in the nature, Shasvata, Satya, and human beings are following, of course, a little Satya, Dharma, Samata, Prema, Ahimsa, Putadeya, etc. Of course, they are all existing in us. Even then, Aparigraha is also one of the dharmas, not accepting others' works, others' objects. We should never be greedy to take others. And also we should have Daya and Dakshinya gunas. Then the duty of all human beings is Mata Pitru Seva, Guru Seva. And also Prakriti Parirakshana, to protect the environment, the nature. And also wishing the welfare of our co-living beings. That is also dharma of all of us. And Daya means, what is Daya actually? Paradukha Asahishnuta. If we cannot bear the dukkha, grief of others, that is Daya. But of course, with Daya, Daya is noble quality, divine quality. Even then, if only Daya is there, we can show sympathy, but we cannot help them come out of that agony or that pida or batha, whatever may it be. Dakshinya also should be there. That is why our elders say Daya Dakshinya. Dakshinya is Dakshata, means capability, Samarthata. If any person gets any suffering, one should have both Daya and Dakshinya. He should have pity, compassion on him. At the same time, he should have the capacity to remove that agony to that person. Sometimes, of course, many people can take away the suffering. But when sufferings are given by God, they can, suppose a person dies and a person is weeping, we can only console them, we can make them aware of the eternal and non-eternal. It is the very nature of Jatasya ki Dhruvam, Richuhe, etc. We can console, but we cannot bring back. But Paramatma got even that capacity. When Lord Vishnu came as Sri Krishna Paramatma, he brought back even the son of his guru, Sandipa Maharshi, who has died. Even the boy who has died long back has been brought, and Sri Krishna gave us Guru Dakshina to his master. So such is the power of so even Devatas got Daiva Gunas, Suddha Sattva Guna they possess. And all of us are having our own duties. In fact, human beings, we got several dharmas. The moment we take birth, then onwards, with the very birth, we are born with 3 runas. They say later 2 more runas come to us. So to get to completely clear of all the runas, pancha runas is the first duty of all human beings. Then Udyoga dharmas are there. While doing the duties, professional dharmas are there, as a daughter, as a son, as a father, as a disciple, student, everything, as a citizen of country, as the follower of dharma. Such several dharmas are there for all human beings. Then somebody may question, when nature is having dharma, human beings are having dharma, pasu pakshas, birds and beasts are having dharma. Similarly, even Rakshasas also are there. When gods are there, demons will be there. So the very dharma of Rakshasas, according to them, is to spoil the Yajna Yagadi Kratus, to rob away the Havir Bhagas which sages and Brahmins are pouring into that fire, and to create havoc and hindrances to Yajna Karma, and in maintaining this Prakriti Chakra, Srishti Krama, and also to kill and hurt noble people. So one can say that even Rakshasa, that is their nature, that is their dharma. So when they are doing their dharma, why should God come as incarnation, taking incarnations and destroy, kill the demons, kill the Rakshasas? For this, the answer is, because this is one of the questions put by a student, in fact. So I am answering. So Rakshasas, actually, dharma means Paramatma, dharmasya Prabhur Achyutaha, Achyuta, Lord Vishnu, that is Parabrahman, is the framer of dharma. So whatever dharmas are framed by Paramatma, they are being followed by God's nature, birds and beasts and all human beings we have to follow. But Rakshasas are not following those dharmas. They are not following the dharma formed by Paramatma. All Rakshasas, they are creating their own dharmas, and they are following that, which is causing a lot of damage to the nature, to all living beings, and they are destructing, they are demolishing, they are killing noble people. So that is not dharma at all. When that is not dharma at all, how can they follow that adharma? Because that is adharma, it is the very nature of Paramatma. It is the duty. When Paramatma, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, apyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyakam. So when adharma comes, then Paramatma comes. The very duty of avatara prayojanas are to establish dharma, to punish adharmikas, adharma, and to show the way of dharmika life. So the very purpose is that. So to know all these dharmas, dharma sukshmas, several stories are given in Mahabharata and in our scriptures and shastras also. So you can read and know them. Then, in fact, not only Lord Sri Krishna, even Jagannatha in Chandi Saptasati, even Mata says, Itham yada badha danavepyo bhavishyati tada avatirya aham karishyam yari sankshayam. She also promised that when adharma comes and Rakshasas take birth, I will also take incarnation and do dusta sikshana and sister rakshana and dharma sthapana. These 3 are the avatara prayojanas, either Vishnu or Shiva or Mata, Jagannatha and all. So these are to be followed. And asrita rakshana is also one of the facets of dharma. especially for Kshatriyas. So the rulers, the Adhikari, those who are innocent, those who are noble, those who are following Dharma, if they get afflicted by Adharma, and if they take resort of either the kings or Adhikaris, they should protect them by punishing them. So, so we should follow these dharmas, and we must have dharmanishta and satyanishta. So all these, when Sri Ramachandra is leaving Ayodhya and going for these 14 years foreign, 14 years to live at the forest, when he bowed down to the feet of his mother Kausalya Devi, Kausalya Mata gave such beautiful blessings to him, such great Ashirvada, which each one of us should get from our parents, elders, and we should give to our children and youngsters. Kausalya Mata said, Yem palayasi dharmam tvam dhrutya cha niyamena cha savai raghava shardula dharmastvam apirakshatu. O Raghava Shardula, Sri Rama, whatever dharma you are following, observing it with firmness and strictly you are following, that dharma itself will protect you, that will take care of you. So Srimad Ramayana taught us about Satya Dharma and all the dharmas related to family and human relationships. Then Mahabharata made us aware of the losses that occur due to hatred and kutsitas and kubutis. And Mahabharata narrated Samajika Dharma, several Samajika Dharmas and morals. And in Mahabharata, there are several upakhyanas. Each story gives us a moral, and also beautiful dialogues are given there. If we understand the essence of all the dialogues, we can know the cream of all these dharmas. Then dharmas, dharma sukshmas and all. So Srimad Bhagavata preached bhakti dharma, which itself is enough for each and every individual to live very happily with bliss and become one with Paramatma. So Ananya Bhakti, Ekanta Bhakti is spoken in Bhagavata. So Satya, Dharma, Samata, Prema, Ahimsa, etc. all should be followed by all of us throughout our life. By doing Dharma Charana only, we can be very happy, and we will get rid of sins whatever may be and bad conduct and all. So if we follow dharma protects us. Then for example, several stories are there, but one incident I'll tell you. Pravarakya, he is strict devotee of fire god and used to do worship fire god Agni Devata 3 times a day, morning, afternoon and evening, sincerely without any obstacle. So because he has to worship 3 times a day the fire god, he never visited any out places, he never went on pilgrimage or anything. Then one day one day a sadhu happens to come there. Then he gives, of course, he gave a beautiful atitya to that sadhu sajjana. Then the Satpurusha sadhu gave a small parine which contains a sort of lepana, the paste. If he rubs it to the feet, within seconds he can reach that place where he wants to go. So after giving this, he went away. Then Pravarakya, he wanted to see Himalayas actually. So because they are very pious, great lands of God. So with the help of that lepana, he besmeared that lepana to the feet, and that very moment when he thought I should be at Himalayas, he was at Himalayas. Then he saw the beauty of the nature of Himalayas. He went to Kedarnath and all, Badrinath, etc. He saw all the God's temples bowed down there, and he forgot, of course, the time. In fact, with such happiness and devotion, he went in the afternoon time actually, after doing Sandhya Vandana, that is fire Aradhana, afternoon Aradhana. Then by the time of evening, sunset time, he should be back to do Agni Aradhana again. But because he moved there on the ice land, due to the water and ice, that Lepana got vanished and clear washed off. He did sankalpa that he should be at home, but he could not move. Then he recognized that the Lepana has gone. Then he prayed fire god, and that fire god within seconds, that fire god brought that Pravarakya and kept him into his rest. That is the power of following dharma. So this is an example of dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. So elders say there should not be delay in doing dharma charana. Vilambam nachare dharme chalam chittam vinashritihi. If we do not follow dharma and hesitate to do, mind may change, because mind is very fickle. Dharma karya should never be postponed. They should be done that very moment. That is why Karna, once somebody came and requested for something, dana, then with on left side there is a golden bowl. Then immediately Karna lifted that and handed it over. Then that person said, dana should be given with right hand. Why you have given with left hand? Then he said, by the time from the left hand it comes to right hand, the ideas may change to anybody. To say to others that the moment we get the idea of donating, immediately we should donate. Of course, right and left both are parts of my own body, and with much honor and respect I am giving. So that is how we should, because nityam sannihito mrityuhu kartavyo dharma sangrahaha, says the Shastra. We do not know when we are going to die, leave. The death may come at any time. So we should always be doing dharma and be ready to live. Because Shastra says, na amutrahi sahayartam pita mata cha tishtataha na putra dara na jnatihi dharmas tishtati kevalam. Only dharma stands at the time of death and comes along with us. No relatives, wife, husband, children, nobody will come us. Rabindranath Tagore, the great poet, all of you know him. He said that when death comes and knocks at my door, I will set my guest with the vessel full of my life, because he is always ready and he is not at all afraid of death. So one should be ever ready for that. Mostly the most fear of every living creature, human beings, is the marana bhaya, that can be conquered by following dharma and having the real knowledge, eternal great knowledge. So we should do our dharma and acquire punya and be happy here. So out of many phases of dharma, even if one point of dharma is followed strictly in our lives, we can be very happy. And satya and dharma, if we follow one, we can be happy. All of you know the story of the cow and the calf. How the cow giving milk to the calf goes to the forest. A tiger wants to kill that. Then the cow requests the tiger that for last time I will give milk to my calf, because the calf will be awaiting my arrival in the evening, and I will teach morals to that calf, and then immediately come back to you and become your ahara. And the cow kept up the words. So the tiger, he relieved that cow, and even that tiger changed. That cruel animal also completely changed by the Satyanishta of the cow. Such is the greatness. Like Satya Harishchandra, we know, he completely gave away his kingdom, his properties and everything. He happened to sell his wife and son also, and he sold himself also. Even then, he did not deviate dharma. He stood on Satya only. So that is how they all Adarsha, ideal to all of us. Sivi Chakravarti is best example for Asrita Rakshana, because you know the story of Sivi Chakravarti also, I think. Because that pagan Paura comes and takes a resort of him, and a Dega wants to kill that. Then of course those two are Devendra and Agni Deva only, but Sibi Chakravarti becomes ready and he offers himself, his body, the flesh of his body, to protect this pagan. So then they become visible and give Shiva Chakravarti the boon. Then Bali Chakravarti, of course, offered himself, his mama, Aham and Mama to Parameswara, and is being blessed by him. Then Vibhishana also took resort of Ramachandra. And so several examples are there for us. Then our Maharshis asked us to worship sun god, fire god, because Asavadityo Brahma, says the Upanishads. Then Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, and Atithi Devo Bhava. They are all the quotes they are the dictums for us given by our Upanishads. Sri Ramachandra also said in Ramayana, Aswathinam katham daivam prekarai rapiradyate, swathinam samatikramya mataram pitaram gurum. Why to worship God who is not visible to us, who may or may not come even if we pray for him? Leaving behind mother, father and guru who are in front of us, either we ask or even without asking, they do what all are necessary for us. So one should first worship mother, father, guru, and then God. Guru Govinda do kadai kake lagum pau. Balihari Guru Apne Govinda Diyo Batai. So Guru is the great. After mother, father, then after mother and father, Guru, like that. So our Sanaatana Dharma says that these three are Pratyaksha Daivas for us. And also our Sanaatana Dharma asks us to follow Varna Asrama Dharmas, Varna Dharmas and Asrama Dharmas, Srauta Dharmas and Smarta Dharmas. And also without attachment, we should do the work so that we will not get the fruits of the works and we can get liberated. So all these are our dharmas. In whichever family, in whichever country, whichever religion a person is born, to do the duties is his dharma. So thus we have to do all the dharmas. A foreign lady, a foreigner lady, a woman, she is very much impressed by the high intelligence and the best way of life of Swami Vivekananda. She is very much impressed. So she requested him that, Vivekananda, please marry me because I want to get a son like you, who will be very noble, very intelligent, very dharmika, good and all. Then immediately Swami Vivekananda said, oh mother, this very moment I am accepting you as my mother. Please own me, think me, consider me to be your son. For getting a son like me, why to marry me? So that is the dharma nishtha of Vivekananda. He maintained that celibacy throughout his life. He considered all women as with Matrubhavana only, as mothers only. So that is the Brahmacharya Vratanishta, and thus he elevated the respect of our Sanatana Dharma and our nation, the greatness of our Bharatiyas. And in Mahabharata, there is another very beautiful poem. All of you know, I think, Uruleyavi Yonarinchina Naravara Apriyamu Tanamanambunakagu. Urulaki avi seyakuniki parayanamu paramatharma pathamula tellan. Whatever, if anybody does to us when we become happy, that should be that we should do to others. If anybody does any work which afflicts us, that we should never do others. So this is the paramatharma. So, and in fact, Duryodhana also said he knows dharma, yet because his mind, manas, is polluted, kutsita, having matsarya bhava, swartha, he did not listen to the words of Antaratma and Buddhi also. He himself said, Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi, janam yatharmam nachame nivruttihi. I know dharma, but I am not practicing. I know what is atharma, but my mind is not moving from that. Kenapi devena hridi stitena yatha niyuktosmi tatha karomi. There is some divine power sitting in my heart, and that is instigating me to do this, and so I am doing. So that is how he covered his atharma charana. So one should not be like that. Actually, yato dharmas tato krishnaha, yato krishnas tato jayam. Where dharma is there, God exists. Where God is there, victory prevail over there. So everybody should do their own duties. Sri Krishna Paramatma said, Swadharme nithanam sreyaha, paradharmo bhayavakaha. Even if we die, we lose everything by following our dharma, that is best we should do. Even if we gain a lot by following paradharma, that is worst, wrong. We should not. We must die, but never choose to be paradharmika, that is doing paradharmas. Actually, what are the dharmas in which yugas is also given to us in our Puranas. Then, though eternal dharmas are being followed all the times according to yuga pheda, also certain differences are there. Krutetu manavam dharmam tretayam gautamam smrutam dwapare shenkha likitaha kalau parashara. So certain dharma granthas, smruti granthas are written by sages. So for Kruta Yuga, Manu Maharshi wrote dharmas to be followed for Kruta Yuga. Then Tretayam Gautamam, for Treta Yuga, Gautama Maharshi wrote Smruti Grantha. So those dharma should be followed by those people. For Dwapara Yuga, Shankha and Likhita, two twins, brothers, they wrote Dharma Shastra Granthas, they are being followed. Kalau, for this Kali Yuga, we should follow Parasharaha Smrutaha. Parashara is Parasarasya Apachyam Puman, the son of Parasara Maharshi. So we should follow Vyasa Bhagavan, whatever is said by Vyasa Bhagavan. Then in Srimad Bhagavata also, this Dharma Devata is spoken to be having 4 feet and moved in the form of a cow. The 4 feet of Dharma Devata are Tapas, Saucha, Daya and Satya. In Kruta Yuga, Dharma existed with all these 4 legs, padas. But in Treta Yuga, Tapas, one pada has broken. So Dharma walked only with 3 feet. Then in Dwapara Yuga, another pada, Saucha, purity, has gone, fallen down. So Dharma walked only with 2 feet. Now at Kali Yuga, Daya, the 3rd pada has broken. So now at Kali Yuga, Dharma Devata is walking with only 1 feet Satya. So this Satya is at least being followed now. Now it is our duty to follow Dharma strictly and revive the last 3 padas to Dharma Devata and make her walk with all 4 feet. Then Kruta Yuga once again prevails during this Kali Yuga itself. So Kalau Keshava Kirtanam, we say in this Kali Yuga, if we do Keshava Kirtana, by devotion, bhakti, benevolent, being benevolent, we can develop these gunas. So Namasmarana Danyopayam Nahi Pashyamo Bhavatarane, they say. We should always think of do japa and Namasmarana, Kirtana, Sankirtana. So there is no other upaya, no other remedy except Namakirtana, Kali Yuga, they say, to develop Sattvika gunas. Now 7th point, the last point for today's lecture is, what are the characteristics of Dharma? In fact, this one point can be spoken for hours together, but in 5 minutes, I'll just complete it. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha, we say. Ahimsa satyam asteyam brahmacharyam aparigraha. These are all the characteristics of dharma. So many gunas are there, but a sloka, Manu Maharshi gave 10 characteristics of dharma in a single sloka. Even those 10 gunas can be elaborately explained. In fact, in my Telugu Prasanga, I elaborated, but now I'll just mention the names and stuff. Thruti Kshama Damosteyam Shaucham Indriya Nigraha Hrir Vidya Satyam Akrothaha Etat Dharmasya Lakshanam. These are the characteristics of dharma. So these 10 are to be followed. Dhruti means dhairya, stiratva. Kshama means forgiving nature, forbearance. Dhamma means sense control. Shema, Dhamma. Shema is mana control, antarindriya nigraha. Then Dhamma is external sense control. Asteya means not robbing, not robbing the things belonging to others. Then Saucham is physical and mental purity. Indriya Nigraha is same, sense control of internal, external sense organs. Krihi means bashfulness, to feel shy to do wrong deeds. Adharmika krityas is krihi. Then Vidya is acquiring knowledge, Satyam, truthfulness. Akrothaha, not getting angry, even though the cause is there to be anger, we should never get anger. So all these are the lakshanas of dharma. Due to lack of time, of course, it's only just gave the meanings. Later on, you should know in an elaborated way. These are all our dharma lakshanas. Now, 8th point, I said 8 points are there. In the 8th point, I gave you 21 sub-points. So the 8th point is most important items in our Sanatana Dharma. So under this item, I gave 21 points. So 7 plus 21, at least 28 points. All of you and all of us should know. So you are all going to know all these other 21 points also slowly in our webinars. This is first one. So in second, third and fourth, all these points will be covered and discussed in an elaborated way. So most important points are, in fact, I already mentioned all these 21 points, so I need not have to repeat the points again. So here we can stop. And Maharshis, of course, said, Yajna dana tapah karma natyajyam karyamevaki yajno danam tapascheva pavanani manishinam. So we should follow and we should do all these yajna dana tapah karmas, etc. This is the gist, of course. Now I want to put questions to you. How far you have understood or not? Only 5 minutes time is there. Even then, in half minute, all of you can interact with me. Only one question you have to answer, which takes a little time, that you can write and send in the group also. The first question is, tell us what you know about Sanaatana Dharma. Tell us at least either 10 points or in 10 sentences. You write it, all of you, please write it and you can send in group. But the other questions, what I am asking, you please try to answer. What is meant by Vaidika Vangmaya and what it contains? Can any of you answer? What is Vaidika Vangmaya? Kalnal sir, you please unmute all of them.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Good morning, Namo Nama. This is Vijay here. This is what I've understood. I'm not sure whether I'm right or wrong, but Vedic Vagmaya is all our Vedas as well as Upanishads and Puranas. And perhaps we can include Rama and Mahabharata also.
Yes, Darshanas, Ramayana, Bharata, Dharma Shastra, everything together is Vaidika Vangmaya. Very good. Then how Sanatana Dharma originated, how it came into existence?
So that is by the origin of the creator. That is that Brahman has initiated the dharmas.
Yes, very good. At the time of creation itself, Sanatana Dharma also is created. Yes. Now, next question is, what is the essence of Sanatana Dharma? Of course, it is very vast, but in 1 or 2 points you can say. What is the essence? I gave 2-3 lines, in one sentence we can say I said. So like that.
Follow Dharma.
Live the peaceful life.
Okay. What is
Sanatana Dharma is not subject to any change. It has been passed on from generations, from Vaivasvata, from Swayambhu Manu.
No, that is different. What is the essence of Dharma? Sara Dharma. Suppose you have to say in one single sentence.
Dharma Rakshati Rakshita.
It is pluralistic. It welcomes all the dharmas.
No. Even
Dharma
that.
Rakshati.
Even
Dharma
that.
Rakshati Rakshita.
Not the essence of Dharma. Of course.
Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara.
Yes.
Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapidaya.
Very good. That is, in one sentence, we can say that is the essence of dharma. Can any other say any other sentence?
Yes, Amma. Ammaji, Vasudeva Kutumbukam.
Yeah. Yes, correct. And another sentence, can any of you tell?
Madam, Sanatana
Satyam
Dharma does
vada
not speak about
dharmam
any
chara.
religion. It speaks about only welfare of the humankind. Therefore, Sanatana Dharma is always eternal and it should be followed by one and all.
Okay, that is general teaching. But even Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha is also a good teaching. Another very beautiful center of Dharma.
Satyam
Paramo
dharma.
dharma.
Satyam dwara
Ayakta
dharmam
paramo
chara.
dharma.
అమ్మా ఒక్కసారి
Okay, correct.
ప్రకృతి పరంగా భగవంతుని సృష్టిలో ఉన్న వాటిని వాటి ధర్మం పరంగా వాటిని పరిపాలించేటట్లు మనం దాన్ని ఫాలో అవడాన్ని ధర్మం అని చెప్పొచ్చు.
Very good. నేను ధర్మం ఏంటి అనలా, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ధర్మ ఇంకా I give a beautiful great sentence. And any of remember I said
Culture of karma kanda.
Sarvam
Kalvidam Brahma kanda.
Good, very good. That is the real essence of our Sanatana Dharma. The entire universe is the manifestation of Dharma. So Sarvam Kalvidam.
All of you mute yourself. All of you mute yourself.
Yes.
All of you mute yourself. When you speak, then open. Otherwise, there is a problem in.
Yes. Next question is, what are the eternal dharmas? Now, some of you already answered. You can tell now. What are the
eternal dharmas? Are the dharmas of God. Eternal dharma is the God. Krishna itself is the eternal dharma.
Okay. Any
Vishikala.
Yes.
Satyam vada dharman chara.
So Satya and Dharma are Shasvata Dharma. Very good. Any others?
Vishikala. Mute yourself or talk. Don't do both.
Can any of you tell any more Shasvata Dharmas?
Honesty of mind.
సత్యం ధర్మ ప్రేమ
Honesty of mind.
Correct. Satyam Dharma Samata Prema. Okay, very nice. Then next question is, what is meant by Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga? Which part of Veda speaks of
Pravritti Marga is implied of selfishness, whereas Nivritti Marga is for the Loka Kalyana.
Pravritti Marga is the thing which we need to follow. Nivritti Marga is the things which we should not follow.
No, wrong.
ధర్మాన్ని ఆచరించడం ప్రవృత్తి మార్గ, ధర్మాన్ని ఆచరించకపోవడం నివృత్తి మార్గ.
Loka Kalyanartham chesedi Nivritti Marga, like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, they followed Nivritti Marga.
Correct. Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada, that is Nivritti Marga.
Nivritti Marga.
Pravritti means to be in the world and do works by which we can acquire happiness, name, fame, everything here for this livelihood, and also after leaving the body also the higher divine lokas and all. So the works which we do for this is Pravritti Marga, and Nivritti Marga is Jnana Marga. Pravritti Marga is Karma Kanda, Nivritti Marga is Jnana Kanda. Upanishads give us this way of life by which one can get liberated, one can get Nisreyas, moksha. So Nivritti Marga leads us to get moksha, to get liberated, to get Shasvata Ananda Sthiti. Yad Gatva Nanivartante Tadhama Paramam Mama, says Paramatma, to reach that. Okay, now next question. What is the difference between Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman?
Guna Brahman deals with the existence of God, with the creation of Vigraha Radhana and everything.
Yes.
Amari Sat Chit Anand are the qualities of Saguna Brahma.
Satyam
With
Jnana
attributes and without
are
attributes.
the characteristics of Brahman, which can be called as Nirguna Brahma. When that Nirguna Brahma assumes a form, Chinmayasya Advitiyasya Nishkalasya Asaririnaka Upasakanam Karyartham Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. For the sake of devotees, that Nirguna Brahman assumes a form with Nama, Rupa, as human beings. He comes into the world as Sri Krishna Paramatma, Sri Ramachandra, etc. They are Saguna Sakara Rupas. Even Jagannatha came several times. So they are all Saguna Sakara is Saguna Brahma, and Nirguna Brahma is Upanishadic Brahma, we say, the Brahman spoken in Upanishads. Now, next question is, why we all are called as Manavas?
Because we are descendants of Vaivasvata Manu.
Manu.
We are Swayambhu Manu, Vaivasvata Manu.
We are the children of Manu, so
Manu.
called as Manavas, but Swayambhuva Manu, first Manu.
Yeah,
Swayambhu
Swayambhu Manu.
at present we are in Vaivasvata Manu, Swayambhuva Manu. Okay, right, correct. Because we are children of Manu, we are Manavas. Now, Saptadvipa Vasundhara, we say. Can any of you explain what are the Saptadvipas? I have already sent to you in the group.
Swayambhu Manu, 7 children are there. They are divided to earth in 7 kandas.
Yes.
Agnidra Jambudvipa, Medhatidip, Lakshman Salmani Dvipa, Jyotishman Kusadvipa, Drutiman Krauncha Dvipa, Bhavya Sakadvipa, 7 Pushkara Dvipa.
Very good, very nice. So, Saptadvipa Vasundhara. Okay, next question. Into how many khandas? Khanda means part. Jambudvipa was divided. And what are they? We are in Jambudvipa, so we are bothered about this at present. So, what are the khandas?
Can I repeat it, ma'am?
9
yes.
parts.
9 parts.
Yes.
9 parts.
Agnidra sons.
Ilakhanda,
Agnidra have 9
Bhadravarsha,
sons.
Ilakhanda, Bhadravarsha, Harivarsha, Ketumala,
Ketumata,
Samyakvarsha,
Ramyakvarsha,
Samyakvarsha, Enmayvarsha,
Kuruvarsha,
Kuruvarsha,
Kimpurusavarsha,
Purusavarsha,
Kinnaravarsha.
Very good, very good, correct. Then next question, tell some of the names of our Shastras and subjects of study. So many Shastras I mentioned.
So it is like Upangani and Puranani, Upapuranani, Itihasa, Darshanani, Smriti Granthaha.
Yoga Sastra, Jyotish Sastra, Kagola Sastra, Nakshatra Sastra, Mantra Sastra, Ayurveda Sastra, Sabdagatika Sastra, Dhanvantara Sastra.
Very good, very nice. What is meant by Dharma? How many types of dharmas are there? Just now in today's class.
Dharma means
there are 10 types of dharmas.
Dhrurat, Dharani, natural ga ruling correct way lo daniki మనం యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఫాలో అప్ అవడానికి ధర్మ నేచురల్ గా గాడ్ క్రియేషన్ లో మనకి ఇచ్చినవన్నీ కూడా.
Two type of pravritti dharma, nivritti dharma.
Yes. Then some more. Vyashti dharma, samishti dharma, apat dharma, dharma sukshma. So many answers. Yes. Okay.
Yoga dharma.
Yes.
Ashtita dharma.
Apat dharma, dharma sukshma, manava dharma, dharma, swadharma, nidharma, atma dharma,
Parigraha dharma.
varnasrama dharma, asrama dharma,
Swadharma, samishti dharma,
sparta dharma, pravruti dharma, nivruti.
Ashrita rakshana dharma.
And also Stri dharmas are there, Purusha dharmas are there. 4 asanas, brahmacharya asrama dharmas, grihastha asrama dharmas, vanaprastha asrama dharmas, sannyasa dharmas, several dharmas are there. Then another question, what are some of the characteristics of dharma?
Ruti, Kshama, Sauchami, Indriya Nigraham, Satya,
Vidya, Satya, Akrodha.
Very good, very nice, wonderful. How many paths are there to reach godhood? to reach
4
God.
paths. 4
Yajna,
paths.
dana, tapa, karma.
Dharma, artha, kama, moksha.
Yajna,
Also,
dana, tapa,
can
karma.
any of you tell any more paths? Jnana marga, bhakti marga, karma marga.
Karma marga, tapa marga, japa marga.
Jnana. Yes.
Yajna, dana, tapa, yoga, japa marga.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
No. Why Dana Marga is
Yajna dana tapan chaiva.
Dana is a way to reach.
Way, yes. So
Okay.
the last question is why we are called as Bharatiyas.
Three Bharat,
Train and enjoy.
Bharata, next Dushyanta Bharata, Ramachandra Tamudaina Bharatudu, Mugguru kuda పరిపాలించడం మన
No. Mugguru పరిపాలించాల.
This is the son of Dushyanta and
Dushyanta and Shakuntala. Yeah.
My country. Yes.
Shakuntala and Dushyanta son ruled the Bharata, and it's called as
Dharmo dharayati praja.
Okay. And also why we are called as Bharatiyas, in the beginning itself I gave one beautiful point, and now also I repeated.
Bha means?
Yes, correct. Continue.
Bha means
Ages.
To shine.
Tejasu.
Shine, the luster.
Continuing.
Yes.
Uttaram yatra samudrasya himadre shave dakshinam varsham tad bharatam nam bharti yata santrati.
Yes, even that is very beautiful sentence which gives us which part is called as Bharata Desha, but I question why we are called as Bharatiyas, because we take enjoyment in Jnana. We are always involved in Jnana,
Maintain the
Tejas,
system.
luster. So we are Bharatiyas. And Uttareyat Samudrasya, that is the land which is in between the rivers, these oceans, these Himalayas and all, that is the Bharata Varsha. But answered very beautifully. I appreciate all of you answered very excellently. So next class onwards, tomorrow onwards, we will start Shodasa Samskaras. Thank you. I wish all of you very best of luck in writing your exams also at the end of the course. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Namaskar, only there is one question.
Yes.
Atma Dharma and Swadharma are both same.
Swadharma, of course, both are same, but a little difference is there. Atma Dharma means only when an individual wants to attain liberation, get united with the universal, that is transcendental reality, and get mukti. That is Atma Dharma. Swadharmas are different. Swadharma is Swadhyaya is Swadharma. Of course, elevating the soul is Swadharma only, but there are some other Swadharmas. Swadharma is Swadhyaya is Swadharma. Yajnadana, Tapa, Karma, etc. They are all Swadharmas. As the individual to serve mother, father, brothers, sisters, everything, even they are Swadharmas. So Swadharma is manifold, whereas Atma Dharma is only one, to get liberated, to get moksha. That is the difference. And first question answer, all of you, I think you can write very excellently, because you got a very good concept of what is our Sanatana Dharma. So all of you write either 10 points or in 10 sentences what is meant by Sanatana Dharma, and please post in the group. Thank you.
You can't post it in the group, so they'll directly send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now, Venkateswara garu. And all of you open up your videos and chant Prarthana. Have lyrics in front of you. Sing, chant along with Venkateswara garu. Okay, Venkateswara garu, start please.
Yes, sir. Swasti prajabhya paripalayam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु కాలే వర్షతు పర్జన్యః పృథివీ సస్యశాలిని దేశోయం క్షోభరహితో బ్రాహ్మణా సంతు నిర్భయాః అపుత్రా పుత్రిణః సంతు పుత్రిణః సంతు పౌత్రిణః అదనా సదనా సంతు జీవంతు శరదాం శతం సత్యం వద ధర్మం చర స్వాధ్యాయాన్ మా ప్రమదః సర్వే భవంతు సుఖినః సర్వే సంతు నిరామయాః సర్వే భద్రాణి పశ్యంతు మా కశ్చిద్ దుఃఖభాగ్ భవేత్. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. పూర్ణమద పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. సర్వే జనా సుఖినో భవంతు. హరి ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. స్వస్తి.
ధన్యవాదములండి. ఉత్తమం. వెరీ గుడ్. Now let us recite Janagana Mana. All of you please stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.